Good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning where I am anyway, and welcome back to Sunday Afternoon Smokes. This is a cigar review. You can find me on Instagram at Sunday Afternoon Smokes, the YouTube channel, Sunday Afternoon Smokes. It's an offshoot. My podcast and cigar reviews, just an offshoot of my cigar business. The Cigar Box, proudly sporting my gear today right there. Bam. There it is. So you can find me on Instagram at Mobile Cigar Box, at Sunday Afternoon Smokes. Both of those are combined on X, just under Mobile Cigar Box. So I thought I was going to get to this yesterday, but I didn't. I went out for a walk around the neighborhood, and it was a little chilly yesterday. It's a little chilly today. We're just a touch over 40. But yesterday was breezy, and I don't have any cover out here in my backyard studio. And I just didn't want to sit in the wind and just be chilled to the bone. So today, much calmer. Like I said, wind's still a little cool, but that's fine. But I'm going to get into this cigar today that I thought I would get into yesterday. This is, look at that. I mean, it's a great looking artistry there. This is YR Cigars. They're Prestigio. I mean, I think the whole line, all three options that they offer are Prestigio, but this is the YR Connecticut, and it presents very well. They put a nice silky band there on the bottom around the foot. Nice construction, nice roll there. And as you just kind of look at this cigar, it's very pretty, very delicate looking to the eye, as a lot of Connecticut's are, but this Connecticut wrapper on here looks really good. Thin veins, rolled together very, very well. I love the white and gold on this band here. So this cigar, it presents well. It looks good. I like it. Good job on your design there, YR. I've already put a punch cut on it right there. I like punches, and I got a fresh cup of coffee. Just made it. Gonna enjoy some coffee out here with this cigar while we chat about YR and see what we can find out about them. I met them like I met a lot of people. I met YR in Vegas. I met one of their reps there, Roberto Jimenez, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But let me just take a cold draw. The draw's good. It's I guess I would call that there's tight, there's wide open, and I don't know what you would call something in the middle other than just kind of a medium draw, or slightly closed. It's not bad by any means. It's just, if you've listened to any of my podcasts or watched any of my cigar reviews, you know that I like my draws just open. Yeah, it's not wide open. I mean, it's just slightly restricted. It's a really good draw. I could taste a little pepper on the back of my throat on that draw, really at the very beginning right there. That's good. A little pepper in the back, just a smidge. A little bready in my first inclination there. When I did it the very, very first time, actually before I started recording, I had some sweetness. I just felt like there was, it's just kind of odd, I just felt like there was a little grape in there, which is weird. But that, it's probably just me. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just different. Yeah, there we go. That's good. I'm looking forward to getting into this. I'm gonna take that nice band off the foot, and we're gonna light it up, and then we'll talk about all those things. I might as well do this on camera, right? If we're going to do it, let's do it right. All right, we're going to do the ceremonial toasting of the foot of a cigar. The one thing about using a torch lighter outdoors during the day is it's hard to see. It's hard to see how close you are to this thing. That's the magic of lighting your cigar in the evening after the sun's down, or you can really see the end of your flame. So I toast it around the foot there just a little bit more than I normally do, but again, it's just hard to see during the day. It's hard to see that torch flame in the sunshine, which is really starting to come out. Hmm. I mean, first impressions there are very good. It's good flavor. It's toasty. Um, the smoke is I would say this is kind of like a medium body, just right out the gate. The smoke. I always talk about it. The smoke is not thin, which is good in my opinion. I don't really care for that. The smoke is also not super thick. It's I wouldn't call this. Hmm, yeah, I mean the smoke on it, it's good. It's not overwhelmingly thick by any means. It's just kind of a medium body, um, but the smoke is good. The flavor is good. I'm gonna take another draw here for my audio only listeners. That's really nutty. It's really nutty on the retro hail, and I like that. Now, I may be a one note guy, as I've said many times, not a super sophisticated palate. It's not easy for me to pick up on a lot of those nuanced flavors. So I use the phrases bready, nutty, woody. I get a lot of those. It's easy to pick up spice, because spice really isn't a flavor as more. It's much more of a presence than it is necessarily a flavor. You can just kind of feel the tingle, feel the burn, kind of a thing. But on this YR Prestigio Connecticut, man, it's doing great. I'm enjoying it so far. If you want to check out YR cigars, check you can visit their website yrcigars1991.com. Pretty sure that's when they launched. They were in 1991 a fresh entrant into the world of cigars, into the cigar industry. They were backed, and you can just read this on their website, right? They had some backing by some global business experts, and their mission was to craft innovative and sustainable cigar blends for their partners and their clients. And they're located down in Romana, DR, Dominican Republic. And they say that they pride themselves on collaborating with the finest professionals, utilizing exceptional processes and materials to deliver premium cigars that offer uncompromising quality at an accessible price. They say that they meticulously curate the finest tobacco to create a unique smoking experience featuring complex blends that delight the palate with a rich array of aromas and flavors. We appreciate your support and eagerly anticipate the journey together. So, and they have three different lines, and like I said, they're all Prestigio, but they start with the Connecticut blend, which I'm smoking right now, as I've already made clear. Um, and it's great so far. But they have Connecticut, they have Sumatra, and then they have San Andreas. So I'm excited, and I have one of each of those in my inside. Mm, okay, smoke's getting a little thicker right there, which if you watch the video you could see smoke's getting it's picking up a little bit. I like that a lot. But I have all three of the YR Prestigio samples. I've got the Sumatra and the San Andreas. Now, in order, I've got that filter on in the background, so it's blurring everything. There it is. That YR, man, it just looks really great, don't you think? Um, in order of preference. I mean, they have it listed on the website, but this is my personal preference. The Connecticut's fine. I enjoy good Connecticut in the morning. I enjoy a good cigar anytime. But Connecticut, Sumatra, San Andreas, in that order. For me, my actually would be reverse order. I mean, I like Connecticut stuff, but I like full things better. So I'm most excited to get to the San Andreas. I'll be super excited to break that one down and to smoke that one. So Mexican San Andreas number one, the Sumatra number two, Connecticut would be my third and final pick here, which is what I'm smoking. Um, yeah. So if you get, boy, that's really coming off that foot right there. If you get over to their website, they kind of give you the breakdown, like most people do, on what the blend on this cigar is. Their wrapper is an Ecuadorian grown Connecticut seed. I mean, like it or not, man, Connecticut is king in the cigar industry. It just is. Connecticut seed grown in Ecuador, especially. It's the bee's knees, it's the cat's pajamas. Everybody loves it. It's just virtually everybody, but it's just great. It's a great tobacco. So this is a beautiful Connecticut seed tobacco, Ecuador. They have a Olor Dominicano as their binder. Olor is in look. That's not. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Maybe one of these days, I'll stop saying it. That's probably not a correct pronunciation of Olor. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. But Olor is just a variety of tobacco that we smoke. It has very, very large leaves, and um, it is actually a Spanish term for scent or smell. As I mentioned, very large leaf tobacco plant. Often that Olor is used for binder and filler in a cigar, and that's exactly what we've got right here on this YR Connecticut and Olor Ligero Dominicano binder. So, in the Ligero comes from the very top of the cigar plant, gets the most sunshine, produces the most spice, the most nicotine. So that is like as far as punchiness and zippiness, if you will, that Ligero tobacco off the very top of the plant, it's the most powerful of all the leaves. So if you want to, if you are trying to make a really punchy cigar, the more Ligero you use, the better. But if you are making, say, a Connecticut like this that I've got right here, I'm talking too much because it is a cigar review. So let me refire this bad boy. Give me just a sec. There we are. So if you, as I was saying, if you want to make a really punchy cigar, right, then the more Ligero you're going to put in it, because that Ligero gives you that power, that spice, that nicotine punch. But if you want to make a dialed back, relaxing, smooth smoke, very chill, like what a Connecticut gives you, but you don't want it to be boring, right? You don't want it to be just one note, right? You don't want it to be monotone all the way through. You want it to be you want it to be mild, and you want it to be chill, and you want it to be relaxing, but you want it to have just a little bit of pep in the step. You know what I mean? Then you might want to toss in a leaf or half a leaf or whatever it is of Ligero into it, and that's exactly what they've done with this binder leaf on their YR Connecticut. They've thrown a little bit of Ligero into it, just to keep it interesting, man. Just to have that friend at the party who comes, and he brings a little bit of life. Maybe it's that boring party, and all of your friends are kind of stick in the mud, sitting on the couch, being on their phone, not really dialed into what's going on, or hanging out with people. And then the cool kid shows up, and he shows up, and he's kind of like, Miami Vice style, right? He's got his nice blazer on, little shirt underneath. He's got his shades on. He's bringing the drinks. He's bringing the jokes. He's bringing the smiles. He's the life, right? So we just wanted to spice it up, just a little zip in there. So they throw in that little bit of Ligero for the binder, that Olor Dominicano in the binder, and then the rest of this is a Dominican filler. This is they state on their website that this cigar is mild to medium, and they're spot on right there. I would just, from my personal palate, I would call this a mild cigar. Now, their tasting notes, what they have listed for you there, is cocoa, vanilla, and coconut. I've yet to see coconut. I don't think I've ever seen that in any cigar profile online before, so I'm going to have to see if I can suss this out of this cigar. But, the vanilla, the vanilla from the vanilla from the Connecticut, the cocoa probably from that Ligero, just a little bit of a bolder. But maybe from the filler. The one thing about the Ligero tobacco is that while it is the strongest and the spiciest of all the leaves on the plant, from what I understand, the Ligero doesn't offer a ton of flavor. It's the haymaker, right? Once you get down from Ligero into the Viso and Seco, that's where you really, that's where you really start getting a lot of flavor. So, that's probably where they took a lot of Viso and Seco. I don't know if they used the Velato down there at the very bottom. There are some cigar makers that don't even use Velato, like La Aurora. But to each his own. Whatever they think makes for a great cigar. This is excellent so far. So yeah, get on over to yrcigars1991.com and check them out. And each of their cigars, they come in 4 different vitolas. They've got a Grand Toro, which is a 6x60, and then that's what that's not what I have right here. They have a Bellicoso, which is a 52x6. They have a Toro, 52x6. That's what I'm smoking right here, is the Toro. And then they have the Robusto, which is 52x5. So, yeah, man, excellent cigar so far. If you wanted to follow YR Cigars on Instagram, you can find them at YR Cigars _1991. And I follow them, and I think they follow me. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I think they might. But I also want to take a minute and just chat with you about one of their reps, Roberto Jimenez. And I would encourage you can go on Instagram and give him a follow. He's Cigar Life 66. That is Roberto Jimenez. He's the gentleman, the rep that I met in Vegas when I was there, and that's how I got this cigar, as well as the Sumatra and the San Andreas. So, Cigar Life 66, give him a follow. Super nice guy. Super nice. A gentleman. He really was. In fact, let me just shout out to Roberto, because when I was in Vegas, I was walking around with a backpack. I had my headphones strapped through the back of the backpack, and so every time I had to take my backpack off and open it up, they were in the way. I had to take them off, set them on the table, put something in my backpack, take something out of it. Well, I had stopped by YR's booth and chatted with Roberto, and he gave me some stuff. He gave me those cigars, so I took them, stuck them in my bag, walked off. Unbeknownst to me, left my headphones sitting there on the table. Walking around, and maybe a few hours later, I don't know, I get this Instagram message. I think we had followed one another just immediately, but I get this Instagram message from him saying, "Hey, Chris, I think you left your headphones at our booth. I've got them here for you." Which, man, I really, I really appreciated that, especially just having them for my time in the airport and everything else that I was doing. I mean, that was super awesome. Just a good guy. Would have been easy enough for anybody to just pick those up or walk off with them, or if Roberto was the wrong kind of guy, just to kind of stick them in the thing and be like, "Hey, man, I got myself a sweet new pair of headphones." But he didn't do that. He just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, Chris, you forgot your headphones here, man." And I swung back by. I got them. And so, Roberto, thank you very much. You can follow Roberto again at Cigar Life 66, but also he's got a link in his profile there to his Vero account, vero.co/ Rob T, or ROBT, probably short for Roberto, ROBT Jimenez, JIMENEZ. So Vero, VERO, vero.co/ ROBT Jimenez. And apparently, I was just checking this out yesterday. Roberto is just photography is a lifelong passion of his, man, and that's really cool. So you can go check out a lot of his photography on there, and what you'll notice a lot of is a lot of black and white. And I'm digging it, man, because I love black and white photography. I just think it's super cool. Um, I don't know. I don't even know why I think it's cool. It's just different. It's old school colors. Colors give us a lot, but there's just something unique about that black and white that just lets you imagine, and makes it kind of nostalgic. And so, get on over to that website and check out some of the photography of what he's doing. Yeah, there's photos, there's color photos there, but it is mostly it's mostly black and white, and I think it's some really good stuff. I don't know the first thing about photography. I'm clueless. I don't know anything about cameras. I don't know anything about shutter speed. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to photography, other than I know how to smile for the camera. That's the best that I can do. So I'm going to wrap this up. Take another. Yeah, there's still some. Man, that's a good cigar. That's a good Connecticut cigar. There it is, one more time. See if we can get this thing to focus. Bam. YR Prestigio Connecticut. Beautiful wrapper, beautiful band, great design. This thing is little crack there, but that's nothing. I mean, the fire's getting there. Constructed very well. The draw's good. A pretty even burn. I might just open this up. You know what? Before I wrap this up, we're knocking on 25 minutes, and I'm about here at the end. But I'm gonna just open this up with this guillotine cutter right here, and we'll see what happens. Oh yeah. There she is. She's coming to life a little bit right there. A little more spice on the retro hail with that guillotine cut, just kind of opening things up right there, just shaving a little bit off the top. Got a little bit there in the mouth, but that's to be expected when you put a guillotine on a cigar. But yeah, man, that YR Connecticut. I mean, just to be honest with you, and I've smoked plenty of Connecticut's. That's as good as any Connecticut I've ever had. I mean, it's good. It's great. It's whatever I mean, you just you want a really relaxed cigar with not, you know, it's just not going to punch you in the face, but it's not going to be boring because it's got that little bit of Lajero in there in the binder, you know, definitely, you know, if you need, you know, I don't think you can order directly from YR because they're going to be, yeah, you're not going to be able to order from them directly because they're a manufacturer, you know. So if you would like to pick up some YR cigars, shoot me an email, send it over to cigarboxsc@gmail.com, or send me a text 864-207-2316. Say, hey man, I'd like to pick up some of those YR Prestigio Connecticut's. I'll make it happen. I can get you a box or whatever. If you want the Sumatra, if you want the San Andreas, I can do that for you. So, hey man, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Great job, YR Cigars. Roberto, I hope you're doing well, my man. I know we're not talking, just this is a video, but I appreciate you saving my headphones. I appreciated meeting you and your kindness and just a genuine, down to earth, kind person, and I really appreciate that. So, YR Cigars, you've got a great guy in Roberto on your team. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Sunday Afternoon Smokes. If you're watching this on the video on the YouTube channel, if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate that. You can also follow my other business at Mobile Cigar Box on Instagram and follow us both. They're all just tied together on X at Mobile Cigar Box. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you and hope you have a great day.